Hello and welcome, guys, and today I am going to be doing another spoiler talks video. I haven't been doing one of these in 4 months. Yeah, it's been a long time. And overall, let's get talking about my thoughts on the DC Extended Universe. Now, my honest thoughts is I hate it. I fucking despise it. I think they're all crap movies, honestly, to tell you the truth. But minus a few things I think are decent. Like, I like Ben Affleck. I like what. So I was having fun with Suicide Squad. I think Man of Steel is a crap movie. As much as it's a crap movie, I can still turn off my mind and enjoy it as a fun action film. Again, that's just me. I can enjoy it for what it is, but it's just not a good universe. It feels so fucking misleading, and I hope, God forbid, I'm hoping from the bottom of my heart, Jeff Johns make these movies better. I hope he does. It seems like a lot of people are saying, oh, he's going to be like the Kevin Feige for DC. No, that's not going to happen. He's not going to be making any decisions. He's probably going to help write some of the scripts and probably make certain movies better now. Maybe, I'm starting to think maybe I'll get my hopes up, but I'm not expecting a lot for the future movies because WB, the studio they are, in not trusting the source material enough to inspire their movies as much as they're just adapting characters and putting them on the big screen as their version. But hey, I'm just that kind of guy who just wants to call out the bullshit for the bullshit. But that makes sense, a lot of us fanboys have these feelings about how we think the movies should be because we're the fans of these characters and we know their stories inside and out. We know how these characters are supposed to work. So you say, oh, we know what should be on the big screen. But honestly, when it comes to Hollywood writers, they don't give a shit about that shit. They're just in it to make the money. They're hired to make these scripts. These scripts on the fly, and it feels like now that Jeff Johns is going to be a part of it now, I'm hoping for the best for the DCEU, and I hope it turns it around. I hope the newer films that are coming out in 2017 are going to be decent. I hope they're decent films. And I know it's a bit late now that Jeff Johns has entered the gate, but I hope, he helps smooth over some of the scripts for Justice League. Like, I'm not expecting reshoots, but I feel like it's gonna happen for Justice League. So I'm kind of like already getting myself lit down. I'm already lowering my expectations for that movie prior from it coming out at all. But that's just my thoughts on that. Now let's talk about the DCCW universe and how I feel about that and how it's going to be handling itself. Now, the DCCW universe is something I freaking enjoyed. I freaking enjoy it. I enjoy those shows. I can enjoy them. Honestly, I enjoy Supergirl. I enjoy Arrow. I enjoy The Flash. I enjoy Legends of Tomorrow. It's not just because my inner fanboy sees these shows and it's like, oh, it's like the DC universe on the screen done right. And a lot of us fanboys say, yeah, it is. It's for us. This is for us. And you can tell that they know how to handle their characters. And Greg Berlanti, my huge respect for him. He just is bringing the TV shows. He's the producer behind all these shows. And honestly, all these shows now, speaking of it, as a fan now, let's talk about the first show that came out, Arrow, and how I feel about that show now. Honestly, I didn't get into it. I got into it late, but I enjoyed the first 2 seasons. And then the 3rd season came out. There were some highs and lows on how that story came out to be, but I found some enjoyment out of it. Season 4, okay, now season 4. Whoa! What were the writers thinking? Were they on crack or weed or meth when they were writing that season? It just feels like they're forcing Felicity so hard. All us comic book, all us fans are saying we want to see that relationship that Laurel and Oliver are supposed to have. That's supposed to be them, and they're writing in Felicity to be the new love interest. It's like my mind is saying, "Oh yeah, I want to stick through it. You know, I want to see what's gonna happen in season 5, but I'm not gonna cut that out yet out of my life." Like, you know, it's the same way how I felt with Smallville. Like, I remember watching the first few seasons, but I cut out back like season 4 or something. You know, I lost interest because it felt like the stories were just getting repetitive and, oh, here's a new big bad and all that story arc and all that stuff. You know, it just felt like shit for me. You know, it's like Arrow is like, it's like a toxic relationship with how as fans. It's like you want to go back to it, but you want to hope it's gonna change, but it feels like it keeps on letting us down with some of the decisions it does. And that's how I feel. It's like, I'm not saying Arrow is bad. It's just there's some things in it that I'm just not 100% with. Now Flash. It feels like Flash is one of my favorite seasons, but I think they need to friggin' stop doing speedster villains. Stop doing speedster villains. I hope that's what season 3 is going to be this year. I hope it is. I know it is going to have a speedster in it, but we don't need a speedster again as the main villain. I want to see the other characters done. Like, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the Rogue Wars story on the small screen. I can't wait to see what they do with all that stuff. You know, I'm hyped to see that because, you know, I want to see the Rogues, like the whole classic team. Not the classic team, but, you know, like a version of the team fighting the Flash, and we got a little bit of that, but I want to see a full team, and I can't wait to see something like that happen. And Mirror Master, I can't wait what they do with that whole arc of that. And Savitar, you know, another speedster, but I hope he's not the big bad. Just, no, it's not that I think that they keep on doing speedsters as the main villain. It's rinse and repeat method. And I know Flash has villains that have super speed to it. And I'm still hoping that they'll do Blue Cobalt in the series. I still hope they do something like that, or a version of that character. And that's what us fans were thinking that Eddie was. Oh, that's not a spoiler. Well, that's just coming from me. But that's my overall thoughts on that show. Now, Supergirl. Yeah, honestly, when I first saw the first few episodes on the CW app, honestly, I am into it, but it's just not one of those shows that's going to keep my interest. It's not keeping my interest. You know, it's a fun, energetic show, but it's just not that show I want. But I am freaking happy for Tyler Hoechlin playing a superhero finally. I was always hoping for him to be Wolverine, but he's getting Superman, man. He's getting the Superman role. I'm freaking happy to see that. You know, I can't wait to watch those episodes with him in it. You know, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see what they do with Superman in the show Supergirl. Now, Legends. Honestly, I enjoy Legends.